Good evening, I'm Jeff Lyons. It is 9 o'clock here, a little after, and it is time for the First Alert Weather Show, which we do every night at 9 o'clock here on our streaming platforms, just for you, so you'll get a full weather forecast. You can also interact. I'm watching your comments here on the 14 News Facebook page. So if you have something you'd like to ask or say, or get off your chest, or just post for whatever reason, you can do that. And we'll look at some of those when we get through a portion of the show here, about halfway through. I meant to tip my camera up just a little higher because you can see the moon right up here. We are approaching full moon here pretty soon. We have spotty showers moving in, or moving out rather, and humidity on the increase, which means we may see some patchy fog, especially tomorrow morning, and temperatures are going to gradually warm up. Let's talk about that fog for a minute. We had a little this morning, you know, and one of the reasons for that is the air very moist now, or becoming more humid. And when we get that and the temperature and dew point very close together, we get condensation right at the ground level. Now, our model shows the best chance for fog would be over here in Spencer and Davis County in western Kentucky. So that would be North and South Spencer. There are Heritage Hills and South Spencer there. At Rio would be some of the schools in there, maybe Castle, Tecumseh, and then up into Gibson County. I'm just thinking of back to school. If this fog were thick enough, we could see a delay. There are no delays mentioned at this point, but something that you'll want to keep in mind tomorrow morning. Now, the fog will burn off really quick, so even if we do get some sort of delay or disruption, it won't be long lasting. Dew points have come up a bit. We're back to 70 degrees now, which is a high number for the dew point. Typically, we want it under 65. 65 and lower is great. 55 and under is wonderful. That's like that fall air that we had Saturday morning. We're not going to have that, by the way, anytime soon. But the point here is that we do have a little more moisture in the air and therefore a little higher risk for some fog first thing in the morning. One thing for sure, our temperature will return to the normal level, which is around 90 to 93 for this time of the year. And that means our lows will be kind of muggy as well. I was watching a little thunderstorm over here in White County. It was actually right out here to the west of Ridgeway, Gallatin County, I'm sorry. And there it is right there. And then, it just collapsed. I was hoping we would use that as our teaching moment, you know, or we would see an outflow boundary or some cool thing. And of course, it just crapped out, and that was that. So better luck next time, says the thunderstorm. We'll try it again tomorrow. Let me adjust that gain on there a little bit. We'll get rid of some of that clutter, and you might be able to see more of the thunderstorm that was brewing in there. And there it goes. Let me go a little bit more, and I'm going to go back actually 3 hours here. Since we've got time, we can look at it and we can watch as the storm kind of billows up out here by Ridgeway. You'll see it here in a moment. There it is, right there. And it was going pretty good when I was assembling the show here for tonight. And I thought, well, we'll have a little something here. If you're in Ridgeway, Equality, you might have had a little shower there, maybe even heard a rumble of thunder. The point of all that is that's how the rain's going to be if we get any over the next day or so. Very isolated, short-lived kind of stuff. On the hour-by-hour forecast, we have some light pop-ups again tomorrow, and then we dry out, at least from the rain perspective, for Thursday and Friday. Rain potential through the weekend and into next week. The GFS has pretty well shut the spigot off there, maybe a tenth of an inch, but pretty low confidence that we would see much of any rain through the weekend. Our temperatures out west really pegging again here. Phoenix at 110, Vegas at 102 right now. And then in the nation's midsection, everybody enjoying mid to upper 70s now as that tropical moisture comes back in from the Gulf. And of course, our part of the country, the same thing. And here in the tri-state, we have everybody right around 75 degrees, give or take. Our high today was up to 86, which is a little cooler than normal. Typically, we get 89, and we were down to 65 this morning, which is slightly cooler than the normal there, too. So for the month, we're all 80s all the time. We will likely start putting red days or 90-degree days in there by the end of the week. And our total rainfall now lacking by about 1/3 of an inch. Tomorrow we have mid-80s again, maybe upper 80s, 87 possible there by 4 o'clock. And some of in western Kentucky could see closer to 90 as soon as tomorrow. Our severe weather is pretty well centered up here in the Dakotas tonight. You see that cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings and thunderstorms moving down toward Minneapolis. Meanwhile, here in the Midwest, the Ohio, Tennessee, mid-Mississippi valleys, not a whole lot cooking out there this evening. And we weren't expecting anything actually, so that's the best case. So when the forecast and the weather actually match up a little bit, no significant chance for rain or thunder in the next 3 days. The longer range here, again, keeping us very quiet and dry for the most part. It will be humid, but thunderstorms and showers will be in short supply. Next week early, maybe Monday night, Tuesday, some rain coming our way, and that may linger into Wednesday. So for tonight, 68 degrees, partly cloudy skies, that moon getting bigger. It'll be full Saturday night, by the way, the full sturgeon moon. We'll talk about that tomorrow or Thursday. We'll get you all squared away on the full moon names, but it's the full sturgeon moon coming up on Saturday. 88 tomorrow, partly sunny, and then the 7-day forecast is basically the same each day. Highs near 90, lows near 70, no rain chances until early next week, and at that point it'd be about a 20% chance. So still kind of low confidence, widely scattered. Warmer than normal then through the middle of the month, the 15th, and wetter than normal too. And our pet pick tonight, the cows came home. We have another one in here. This is a bottle calf, meaning, Carter Smith is having to feed this little guy or little girl, Cookie, by bottle to hopefully get it beefed up enough, no pun intended, so that it can survive on its own. At least if that's the bottle calf I'm thinking of, and Carter may weigh in here with his own version of that. So let me go over and check your questions here and comments too. We've got Dawson Springs, okay, Laura Gray's in there, watching from Reynolds Station, Hancock County, no rain there, 74 degrees, did some running. We had a spotter there for many years, Joyce Weissman in Reynolds Station, and Harold Weissman, who was a musician. He passed away. Kind of an interesting story. He was one of the band members in the original, I think they had a barn dance here when it was Channel 62 and then Channel 14 back in the 50s and early 60s, and he would come over and perform. They would do that on Saturday night, kind of like Grand Ole Opry, but on a real local scale. Anyway, kind of, that's why you're here, right, for these little asides and non sequitur comments. But anyway, so good to hear from Reynolds Station there tonight. Lacey gets around. Cheyenne Hammonds, good evening. Jeff Miller, all good in Saval, glad to hear it. I'm sure you're poolside right now, or hope you are. Paula Schaefer says good evening. William Raleigh, saluting us from Port Huron, Michigan. Headed home tomorrow, still super smoky up there. Yeah, the rain gauge says 0 at Bosse Field. I would believe that. Let's see, watching in Washington, Indiana. Linda Brown is up there in Davies County. All right. William Raleigh is hearing chatter about possible tropical development too. Funny you should ask. We're going to talk about that directly. So let's get right to it here. We'll eliminate all the suspense. Say goodbye to Cookie there. First off, where do we stand with the hurricane season? Well, we are up to Dexter is the named storm that's out in the Atlantic Ocean right now. The next one will be Aaron, and followed by Fernand, and then Gabrielle. So this is Dexter, really of no significance to the U.S. East Coast there. Now down to 40 miles per hour, so a minimal tropical storm, and expected to move on out into the North Atlantic there by Friday. So that's all well and good. However, as William alluded to, there are 2 areas that the National Hurricane Center is watching for possible tropical development. One is off the southeast coast here of North and South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia, that region. And the other is down here in the southern Atlantic out to the west of the Caribbean, which would be down here. There's San Juan, so this is pretty far out. and the chance for tropical development in the next couple of days, either 2 or 5 days, is moderate for both. So those are the areas that we are watching. And just for context, where we are right now in the year, here around the 1st of August or early in August, the hurricane season tends to peak right around the first week of September in an average or normal year. And that's when we tend to have most of the hurricanes, which would be mid-August through October. I don't know why that says today for July the 4th. I guess I need to change that because clearly we're a month after that. Anyhow, so we are watching the tropics, but there is nothing looming out there right now, but you know, it is early in the season, and it is the season, so we need to keep an eye on that stuff as well. So Donna asks if the humidity is up as well as temps. Yep, afraid so. We're back to the 90s and, you know, stinky hot out there for the evening, or for the afternoons rather. Well, the evenings too. And lots of mosquitoes, so make sure you're, you know, waging battle with those things too. We've run a bunch of stories over on the news about ticks being a little more aggressive and plentiful this year. I've worked in the yard and out and about. I've not had any ticks yet that I'm aware of, but yeah, do check for those too because of the warm weather. I guess they are extra abundant this year. Just what you want to hear from me. You come here for good news and to relax, and I'm telling you, watch out for ticks. And hopefully, I'm going to try to get a picture of this wolf spider that's hanging out of my daughter's back door. She wants me to rehome the wolf spider. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. She hates spiders. So anyway, but I'd like to get a good picture of a spider working on its web. And I think the light is such that I can do that. So if you all have any tips or pointers on how to get a good picture of a wolf spider without it taking up residence in your hair or something, then let me know. All right, I think I got everything covered that I wanted to talk about. Hope I covered everything you wanted to hear about. If not, there's always tomorrow, and I'll see you then here on the First Alert Weather Show at 9 o'clock. Stay safe, and thanks for watching.